Good evening, fellow figure pals and girls. It is I, everyone's favorite figure collecting Lobo here, once again, with another riveting Twitch epic. Oh my god, I said Twitch. I'm actually starting to get confused between the two. But as you guys know, it's actually another epic episode of Figure Friday. Once again, I'm pretty sure that beyond a shadow of a doubt, and according to the Book of the Dead, when you recite the first verse, the mummy actually awakens. But that's best for another time, folks, because you know me and my movie mind, we do know a lot about that stuff. But um, it's also that special time of the week where we spend some quality time together and basically nerd out about all things figure, Funko, merchandise, memorabilia related of all kinds, shapes, colors, and sizes. You better believe anything of that sort you're going to find right here on this channel. Now, sorry, apologies, folks. Before the festivities do get underway, if you haven't already, please do your boy a favor and go grab something to eat. A snack, a drink if you want to, because I want you guys to feel as at ease as possible. And as you guys know, this is a green zone, and you are safe here. There's nobody that's gonna judge you. Best believe that. Mainly that, and because if there is somebody that's gonna judge you, I'll be the first to throw them out. I'm sorry, but that's just who I am. That's who I am. When you're part of my wolf pack, that's how it is. I stand up for y'all because I appreciate and love y'all so much. But that's beside the point. So, like I said, if you haven't already, go and help yourself, and I'll be here waiting. It's no rush, no great rush whatsoever. Please help yourself. And yes, I do feel so terrible because I ended up bringing this cup back here, but then I forgot I also had this one back here. So I mean, I guess hey, it's good to stay hydrated, right? So heck, this way I can stay hydrated, Goodness. And don't worry, it's just Sprite that I'm drinking, nothing alcoholic, because that's something that I just don't do. One thing that still kind of baffles me is the fact that people still don't believe. They don't believe that when I tell them, like, I'm probably the most sober person you'll ever meet in your life. I don't really want to get into that because I know everybody's different, and everybody has their own lives. So I try not to get involved because I know that's their thing. And hey, I know you're living your life, and that's what matters, knowing that you're safe. So. You know what? I actually didn't get the chance to stretch. I think I need to stretch real quick before we get started. Oh, goodness. Oh. Let me go ahead and turn the fan on real quick. It's starting to get a little toasty in here. Alrighty. Okay. And being that we are live on YouTube at the same time, we are also live on TikTok. So hello again to both platforms. Hello and welcome back for those just joining us, or if you're going to be watching this as a highlight, welcome. So as you can see, we have hit the 3-minute marker, so we're going to go ahead and get started. As you guys know, I know that we do like a lot of like a mixture when it comes down to we do a bunch of figures and Funkos and merchandise, all that stuff. But I know mostly that recently we've been doing a lot of figures. So I figured tonight we could actually step away from the figures and introduce like maybe a pair of Funkos, because I figured maybe we could step into the Funkos universe since, I feel like they're being neglected. But these particular 2 stars hail from the world of magic, princesses, and blue genies who grant wishes whenever you rub the lamp. That's right, folks. Tonight, we will be all about Disney. That's right, folks. And we're going to be introducing, again, 2 new Funkos. One of them is a young lady who accidentally fell into a hole, and another who seems to have an obsession with tea for some reason. So, once again, folks, for those joining, I invite you guys to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, take a deep breath. Because as you know, it's just you, me, and the merchandise of tonight. So why don't we just go ahead and get started? And I hope that you are ready, because I am too. And of course, I'm actually happy because I'm getting to debut this shirt. As you guys know, it was inspired by the popular Netflix show Squid Games. And I feel so terrible because it's been sitting in my closet for a few days, and I can't believe that I actually just now found it this evening. So please forgive me. But first up, I thought that we can go ahead and introduce our female lead of this particular Disney hit movie that first aired back in the 1950s, that featured that same young lady falling down a, quote, rabbit hole discovering a world that was basically upside down. And that particular gal's name, folks, is one Miss Alice. Yes, yes, that's right, folks. A big hand for Miss Alice. That's right. The leading lady in the Alice in Wonderland Disney animated show, movie. My apologies. There's a difference between show and movies. I'm sorry. But now this curious blonde's tale, if you guys sit back and relax one more time, it goes a little bit like this. Wait, let me get her out of there real quick, and then I'll show you guys, and then we'll talk a little bit about how the story goes. All right, Alice, get out there and strut your stuff. Look at her. And as you can see, sporting her blue dress, the way her dress is made is actually more of the modern Victorian era, and of course she has the bow to top it off. Blonde hair, little blue dress, little white front of it, whatever you call it, and little black dress shoes with the one strap across it. Classic Victorian era age of stuff. But yes, of course. Her story actually goes like this. On one warm summer day, on a golden afternoon, on exactly May the 4th, and of course, May the 4th be with you when we get there, Alice and her bookworm big sister went to relax and read next to a large tree under the cool shade on a flowery meadow by the riverbanks of London. And the hot sun made Alice feel rather lazy and at the same time stupid. And even so lazy that like she was actually too sleepy to collect flowers to make a daisy chain to wear as a crown. And she was actually even so bored by her sister's book because it had no pictures within it. Alice soon actually slipped into a midsummer daydream. And it didn't stop there because when suddenly, out of nowhere, she actually noticed a white rabbit with large pink eyes who's dressed up in a fancy coat while carrying a pocket watch. Now, here's the thing. To Alice, the rabbit seemed to be like acting as if it was late for something significant, as he basically rushed right by her in a panic, filled with great curiosity, however, that she couldn't ignore. Alice quickly, she got up and she followed him to see where he was going to in such a hurry. Because I mean, she's a curious blonde, and that's one thing she can't really help herself. But when the rabbit came to another tree actually nearby, he actually went down into his dark rabbit hole. And a little bit further on down throughout the story, Alice actually encounters many curious things, such as finding like a gray talking rat while swimming in a pool of her own tears, or like talking flowers or crying infants who turned into pigs. And she even eventually met a narcissistic blue caterpillar who actually smoked from a hookah. Sorry, Hooka, not the other word. Please get your minds out of the gutter. It's not that. But he was smoking on that thing all day long while he sat upon a mushroom, waiting for the chance to turn into a butterfly. And when Alice, at the time, actually made her way into the Queen's rose garden at last, but there she actually encountered Her Royal Majesty of Wonderland, who was known as the Queen of Hearts. And she was actually a very mean and just rude, obnoxious, and both like controlling queen with a cutthroat, sociopathic personality. Miss Sunday, how you doing? How are you doing this fine Friday evening? I hope that you are well. And she actually even dominated the king, who seemed to be actually terrified of her. And like in the movie, the Queen of Hearts, she was actually a little bit bigger. I mean, not just up here, but a little bit right here. You know what I'm saying? And the king, he was about, I don't know, maybe about yay big or something, because he was a small king, and he just wasn't putting himself out there. But she also terrified not only him, but as well as the rest of her royal subjects, who actually resided within her red court. And the queen actually forced her subjects to play unfair games of croquet with pink flamingos as mallets. And when I say corrupt, I mean she cheated a lot. She cheated like in every chance she got. She because the balls, they weren't normal balls; they were made out of I believe they were hedgehogs. And since like there was one moment in the movie where she took a swing, she misses, but then like the hedgehog actually took off running and ended up giving her a perfect game. But that's beside the point. That's a different thing. But And at the time, everybody else ended up letting her win because they were so afraid of her. But when she got angry or didn't get her way, she would lose her temper to anyone over the slightest mistake. And like when I say slightest, I mean like such as someone like eating one of her tarts, and like she threatened to chop off their heads, and this angered the court. And at the time, they all turned on Alice under the Red Queen's orders. However, just as everyone was closing in on Alice and the pack of cards actually cornered her to seal the doom, she luckily woke up and found herself next to her older sister on the bank once again, assuming that it was all nothing more than a mere dream that she had dreamt on that warm summer day and on that golden afternoon. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw this movie, like for the very first time, like at a young age back in like the '90s, I'm not gonna lie, um, it just I thought it was a triumphant film, and it was so good, honestly. Like I understand it was a cartoon, but I thought it was a great cartoon. And even like to this day, since I have Disney Plus, I mean, I continue to watch it every chance I get. And I want to say to Miss Sunday, I appreciate you so much for the likes. You're awesome and breathtaking. I appreciate you. But I did find out some pretty interesting facts about Miss Alice here. And did you guys know that before the 1950s cartoon, there was actually a time in the year 1903 when it was actually made into a movie? I kid you not, that is true. I didn't get a chance to read up on the movie because I wasn't really focused on that. And during like the era that it was made, the queen, who was the current queen, known as Queen Victoria, I'm sorry, was actually a fan of the author's work during said era of the time. And probably and like yeah, I'm sorry, because that the writer's name was at the time was Lewis Carroll. But there's probably this last fun fact that I did find out. That same novel writer's name wasn't actually Lewis Carroll. His real name was actually Charles Ludwig Dodgson, Dodgson. I didn't get a chance to read up on a lot of his history, but due to the fact that this was one thing that he was able to bring to the light and just share it with the world, hey, you can have a different name. You're still gonna make a lot of money, honestly. But honestly, I appreciate that. Really, it's a great movie, very big a triumph, and even then, one of my favorites, one of my favorite animated films. Let me get a swig. Man. Oh, goodness gracious. Are you guys good? I want to make sure you're good before we continue. Because again, you're breathtaking. I appreciate you so much. Okay. Let me just put the box here. That way it's out of the way. Okay. Let me just get the next thing ready. Okay. You guys are good. All right then. Wait, what's that? Dang, Miss Sunday, I appreciate you for the likes, really. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. Next up, we're actually going to be introducing our next guest of the evening. Need to get a swig. Yeah, I mean, all this talking, heck, it's hard work, okay? Heck, I mean, heck, it takes a little bit of a toll here. Oh, where was I? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But as I said, the next guest that we are introducing, as I said, he did have an obsession with tea, but that's also because at the time, this guy here, our boy that we're introducing here, was, quote, mad as a hatter. That's right, folks. It's Mr. Mad Hatter. The 10/6 size wearing hat has graced us this fine Friday evening, and, well, he brought some tea. But don't worry, I'm not going to drink it because mad as a hatter, and he's I don't trust the tea, Out of there. Did he come with a stand? No, okay. I thought he came with a stand, but I guess not. Okay. Give you guys a look at him. Bam. And again, this is the same version of said character, again, from the Alice in Wonderland cartoon film. And as you can see, sporting the greenish looking hat in his suit and bow tie, little green shoes here, and of course right here he's actually got a cup of tea and he's dipping the plate, because again he would rather eat the plate than use it to hold up his cup. 1K likes. Yo, Miss Sunday, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. You're breathtaking. But again, um, why don't we discover the mystery of the Mad? The Mad Hatter is actually seen when Alice wanders off in the forest, and the Cheshire Cat actually tells her to visit them for directions. Now, when I say them, there was one more person who was with the Mad Hatter. I'm sorry. Of course, you are my bud. Hey, I appreciate you so much, bud. Really, you're awesome. So much, so much, so much appreciation. And again, at the time, Alice visited the Mad Hatter, and at the time he was in the middle of a very odd tea party with the March Hare and the Dormouse. When at the time they were singing their patented song, the Unbirthday song, "A very merry unbirthday." If you guys ever want to hear it, there you go. My version of it was terrible, but hey, I'm still happy that I found the movie. And at first, like when they saw Alice, they started to applaud, but they actually found out like she came without an invitation. So at the time, she was no, they were very angry at her, and they became pleased when Alice complimented their singing, and they actually welcomed her to the table in order to join them for a cup of tea. And as Alice actually tried to explain her reasons for visiting, the Mad Hatter and March Hare, they kept changing the subject, because it wasn't in their interest to get involved in her affairs or even to get her out of her current predicament, which was Wonderland. And soon, the party is once again interrupted by the White Rabbit. And Alice tried to converse with him, but the Mad Hatter actually grabbed a hold of the rabbit's watch to find out why he's so late. And he said, "The watch is 2 days slow." And the Mad Hatter dipped the watch in his tea, and he opened it to discover with a salt container as a lens. And the problem is that the watch was full of wheels. As a result, he takes out too many of the wheels and springs with a fork in an attempt to fix it. And he added both the ingredients to a mixture, which was the very best butter, tea, and 2 spoons of sugar and jam mustard, which at the time was rejected since it's too silly even for him. Absolutely bonkers. But then again, that's why he's one of my favorites in that movie. And of course, a little bit of lemon. But thinking that it did the trick, the Mad Hatter closed the watch and trimmed off the excess jam. Then the watch went just completely haywire, and it spit out springs and wheels all over the place. As it moved across the table, the March Hare actually picked up a mallet and used it to crush the Mad Watch. And of course, it brought tears to the rabbit. After hearing that the watch was an unbirthday present, the Mad Hatter and March Hare wish him a very merry unbirthday. And of course, to get him on the run. Now, a little bit further on, later on, the Hatter and March Hare and Dormouse are brought before the Queen in the courtroom when Alice was put on trial at the time for supposedly humiliating her Majesty purposely. When the Mad Hatter bows down to the Queen of Hearts, however, one of her cards actually poked him in the butt, and it actually caused him to scream and land near her. When at the time, she felt a little more disrespected because she blurted out, "Off with your hat!" But, that's best served for another time. And when he was asked during the incident where he was, the Hatter explained that he was home drinking tea to celebrate his unbirthday, which reminded the King of Hearts at the time as well, causing the Mad Hatter and March Hare to bring the trial to a halt to celebrate. Since, at the time, the king reminded the queen that it was also her merry unbirthday. And however, when the Cheshire Cat appears and his name was shouted by Alice, the Queen and Dormouse actually ended up going into a panic. 2K likes. God dang, we're up to 2K likes. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. And at the time, that actually led to a chase that ended up humiliating the Queen once more. And though the Mad Hatter and March Hare are able to escape her wrath, that they left Alice to take the blame. And the Mad Hatter and March Hare are later seen during the reprise of the caucus race. And while Alice tries to escape the Queen and her guards, unfortunately stopping the girl, insisting she joins them for a cup of tea as their party is actually still going on. Fortunately, folks, she did escape. Thus, they were last seen along with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the walrus, and the carpenter chasing Alice out of Wonderland. And it turns out, later on down the line, her adventure in Wonderland was all but a dream. Again, that same dream that she was dreaming on that midsummer day with her sister. Because again, she woke up with her sister. And I did find out some very interesting facts about Mr. Hatter here. Did you guys know that the 10 and 6 on the Mad Hatter's top hat is not a fraction, but it's actually the price of the hat itself, which is 10 shillings and 6 pence. Well, of course, the only reason I say that is because that's actually in the form of the British currency at the time. And according to some, in the original book, the character of the Mad Hatter was based on the occurrence of hatters who actually ended up using too much mercury in the fabrication of the hats, and it ended up giving them psychological problems due to the inhalation of the mercury fumes, which basically might explain why the Hatter was so mad at the time, even though, but like, it's Wonderland. What do you expect? He was probably mad as a Hatter even from birth, but I don't know. But yeah, mad as a Hatter. Oh goodness. But I want to say thank you guys so much for joining me on this fine Friday evening. I am going to go ahead and cut the stream right there. But if you like, feel free to hit the follow button when it does appear here, or feel free to sample either one of these fine videos. I will be shooting over to my Twitch to do some streaming there also. You guys are more than welcome to come over. If you guys like on TikTok, also the link is in my bio. You're more than welcome to come by and just chill with me for a little while. Not sure what I'm going to be streaming, but hey, we'll find out, huh? And once again, subscribe, video, and video. And again, I'll see you guys next week for another riveting episode. Big shout out to Miss Sunday on TikTok for helping me for the first time reach over 2K likes. And I appreciate you so much. And until next time, guys, stay safe, stay awesome, stay weird, stay yourselves, and be zen, huh? Peace.